Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So today we are looking at NBA Top Shot, the NFT collectible project from Dapper Labs. I've not looked at it for a while. It's not a game, but it's some interesting stuff going on there, which I think is sort of valid to talk about. So NBA Top Shot was very popular in sort of February, March. That was when it hit its sort of a pricing peak. Dropped off, went down quite a lot since then, and now it's sort of recovering a little bit. So obviously here what you're doing is you're collecting these video clips of real life sort of NBA play, and obviously people like the NBA. It's pretty successful globally as a sporting brand, so that's sort of the underlying reason people are collecting these sort of things. What does happen though over time is it happens sort of really with every sort of game, but even with blockchain stuff, that sort of the most common, the most less scarce assets, over time you end up with quite a lot of them because people are obviously collecting and trading the really rare ones, but over time you're basically creating more assets. So in this case there's always sort of new drops going on as the kind of the season progresses. So you end up with quite a lot of sort of low value NFTs in this case that don't really have much value, and people aren't really collecting them, so it's a bit pointless. So what we see in this case, and what we see in sort of like typically RPG games or even some NFT based games, is you want some sort of sink. You want some sort of way of sort of taking these low grade items sort of out of the economy, to sort of make sure that everything is having value. And say with an RPG game, what you would do is you'd have a level 1 character, and then you'd consume 3 cards to make it a level 2 character, and then consume 6 cards to make it a level 3 character. So you basically have a mechanic in which these low value items are being used and making something more valuable in the long term. So they've done something similar here with NBA Top Shot with this thing called trade tickets. So trade tickets are effectively a new currency, and you get them by trading in your existing NFTs. So obviously you wouldn't want to trade in a legendary sort of NFT moment, although you could, because each moment is worth 1 trade ticket. So obviously what this is designed to do is this is designed to sort of suck the use up these very low value common cards that don't really have that no one's collecting, so they don't have any value, so they're all priced at $1. And what you do is you get these trade tickets instead, and then the trade tickets get you access to these special packs that are available only to collectors of trade tickets. So it's a way of sort of gating real fans, and also using up these low level assets that basically no one is collecting. So you can trade in a moment from any collection for a single trade ticket, and then once they're traded in, they're basically sort of destroyed. You can't get them back again. They're sent to the locker room, an account of the site that house all the traded in moments. And there'll be these exclusive unreleased moments and packs that will get released over time. So you trade in a moment, you get your trade ticket. There'll be regular scheduled drops exclusive to collectors who own a minimum number of trade tickets. Obviously they'll be driving, I don't know what number that's going to be, probably 100, 10, 100, 1,000, whatever. So at this point you're actually giving these low value items value because people are going to want to buy them, to sell them, to trade them in, to get the trade tickets. So it's quite clever in the way it sort of leverages that. And so when you trade in a moment, you won't be able to get it back again. And these things are fungible. So no single trade ticket is better than any other. I don't think you're allowed to trade tickets at the moment. On an open blockchain you probably would do, but the Flow blockchain isn't an open blockchain at the moment. It's fairly centralized, so you can't do that sort of stuff. 3 phases. So it's phase 1 is being rolled out at the moment. Phase 2 will build these bulk trading features that allow you to trade in dozens of moments. And when that feature's built, we'll have phase 3, which will be the way of spending your trade tickets to get these new things. So a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So actually tomorrow this is happening. That we'll have the stress test, so you'll be able to trade 3 tickets in exchange for packs containing 3 series 2 base moments. So there we go. That's what the option is, and obviously over time this thing is going to be sort of an important underlying sort of aspect of building out the NBA Top Shot sort of economy, I suppose. So actually, and it said here, yes, it's kind of what I said. This is will lower the active supply of moments because they won't be available for purchase anymore. So there we go. I'm still looking forward to the game. I don't know if the game's coming out on this one. That they did announce about a year ago now, there was going to be an NBA Top Shot game called Hardcourt. I don't know what's going on with that. There's not been, I've not seen anything about it, but there we go. Yes, interesting. And I think, all NFT projects will have to think about these sort of sinks, particularly at the low end, where the kind of items are just sitting in people's wallets and they can't even sell them. This is partly the case for NBA Top Shot because they have a $1 minimum pricing, so you can't go lower than $1. But basically, you sort of end up with any project has some sort of issue where it doesn't make there's no value associated with the very low value items, so you need a way of using those up. So we're thinking about that. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we spend our days looking at this sort of dynamic and what's going on in these projects. Obviously, all very novel stuff. So people are really trying to work out the rules for how this new sector will build over the next few years. So if you like this sort of stuff, please subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching, and see you again soon.